Right. In lieu of the fact that I won't be doing a market webinar tomorrow night, Monday nights, the reason is I'm on a personal, I'm also doing a, what would you call it, further learning program for myself. And so it just so happens typically that it overlaps at exactly Monday, 8 to 9 p.m. And so there's a bit of a conflict with me being able to do the webinar. So I need to do this for now. It's for a period of sort of indefinite, and I'll make a decision about either doing how I handle that. Do I do a market webinar before that or after that, like from 9 till 10? Do I do it on a Sunday night? I need to think about that, and so I might send it on an email tomorrow and ask you guys for feedback as alternative times that I can do that. But in the meantime, as compensation, I thought I would do a market scan for you guys and just having a look at what we got going on this week. So first of all, with regards to the equity markets, I'm going to be very quick about this, just to direct you guys to the right charts. Just pointing out that the S&P is still looking nice and bullish. So there's trading opportunity is still there. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones. Still looking nice and bullish here so far. It's got to get past that previous high, but it's likely to do that. Nasdaq, let's have a look at that. Still nice and bullish. Still doing a bit of a continuation. It's interesting because it looks as though it's kind of losing its steam, but at the same time, it still appears to be pushing on to new highs. Again, we've got the Russell that happened to break through, gapped up, broke through, and is still pushing to the upside. There's a bit of a they look bullish, these candles. I mean, they're red in color, but they've got these nice tails underneath, so still looking quite bullish. When we take that back to the FTSE on the other hand is definitely kind of struggling to get to this level. Man, it is just really battling to get through that level. So be cautious, only trade the individual stocks that are looking incredibly strong. So what I'll be looking at for on the daily is I'll be looking for a buyer's bar to show up Monday or Tuesday this week, just to see that price stays above this level of support, somewhere in this area, probably above the 6675 level, and there's a monthly pivot there, and it's sitting on the 50 moving average, just to see it turn around and boost up. So hopefully, and then of course break this. So once it breaks this, that's quite nice. We then go back into an uptrend, and hopefully we can break through this level. And I think it's going to happen this year. Yeah, I know it's going to happen this year. The question is it going to happen at the end of the year in October, or is it going to happen now? So I just got to kind of keep an eye on that. But individual stocks are still looking bullish, then just stick with those. Okay, now let's have another look at the dollar index. We had some amazing stuff happen last week, and I think we have some potential this week for actual new trading opportunities. So I've been relatively cautious the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I think we might have something that's coming up here. So the first thing I wanted to point out is with the dollar index, we amazingly managed to kind of push through down to that level. Again, it's a struggle. I was talking about how every time it pushes down, buyers step in to buy a bit more because it's cheaper for them, and that keeps happening. So even here, we did break through that level. That was a nice, very nice thing to see that happen, and it's going to probably create a bit of kind of short-term cycles, but it is pushing down. If we then jump across and look at the Swissy, you can see the Swissy is just trickling down, slowly but surely. In fact, it's actually trending in a way I haven't seen a trend in a while. So keeping an eye on that dollar index, but I would say that the Swissy is now becoming almost viable to trade. At this point, I haven't seen a trend like this for a while, sort of a much cleaner trend. So having said that, jumping across to the Swissy pairs, let's just see how the Euro Swissy is looking. Euro Swissy has got a nice little sell signal. It's gapped down, because what's going to happen is, the reason I'm talking about Euro Swissy is at some point I do anticipate that Euro Swissy will actually start to kick back into a trend. Pound Swissy, but there's nothing on Euro Swissy for now. Pound Swissy, there's nothing there for the moment. Aussie Swissy, let's see. Okay, Aussie Swissy has given us a nice little sell signal there. It's in a downtrend, so that would be interesting to see that kick off to the downside. So that trend still very much intact, but just not that pretty. But there we go. It has given us a ring high and a sell signal there, looking to do a trend continuation to the downside. So that'll be interesting to see this week. Kiwi Swissy, sell, obviously a rejection signal at that level and a push to the downside, but not very much tradable. And CAD Swissy, very nice. Look at that, boom, gone. So that trend still seems to be intact. Looking good. I mean, that was just a breakthrough and a retest of, in fact, a double top, but it's also a breakthrough of support and a retest of resistance. Still looking good at this point, but there's no entry signal on this. And it's just nice to see some of these trends still continuing. Then, let's have a look at these majors here. So with the euro, we've managed to break up through to all new highs, which is lovely to see that happen. So we've broken up through that new high. We've broken up from 3.8. We couldn't seem to get through that 3.8 level. We managed to actually get up to 3.9, and I think that's pretty significant. The close of this bar is 3.874, so we haven't closed above 3.9, but we're on our way to 1.4. So I'll be looking for pullbacks to get into that trend, to get onto that. Somewhere in this area, probably somewhere in this area, just to kind of, let's see where these things overlap. So you've got kind of a trend line thing happening here combined with the support versus resistance thing, something like this. You're probably going to find price pull back right there into the sweet spot, ends up continuing. So if you like trading the euro, this is a good sign. We look like we're breaking up to new highs. If we look at the pound, interestingly enough, the pound managed not, after non-farm payroll, to not really break through that level. I still think it's going to. In fact, what's interesting about this, and let's check it on the 4-hourly, is it might not seem like it, but it's got a very strong level of resistance here. And in fact, if I bring it down a little bit, it's showing a lot of, it's an ascending triangle. It's showing a lot of interest in breaking to the upside. Okay, so I think something to watch. I might put out, if the opportunity arises, I might put out a trade alert of a break to the upside, where we put in an entry above a certain point, and just like I did with the yen pairs last week, and then a break up to the upside. Just saying, this is still looking good, and this week I think we should see these things continue to climb. Aussie dollar is, man, it's messed up. It's managed to break up for the week, did not close through that level, but it is now technically in an uptrend. It's done a high low and a high high. So that's going to be very interesting. Now what we need to do is to see if price can find support and then continue that uptrend. So on the daily, I'll be looking for bullish signals on the daily, looking to see if this trend continues. But according to this, it might be a resumption of the longer term downtrend. So just a little bit cautious on that, but technically it's in an uptrend. So what are you going to do? Kiwi, not really giving any clear trading opportunities there. Dollar yen actually has done a beautiful, very much like the pound Aussie trade setup. Hello, there we go. This has done a perfect breakthrough and a retest. Breakthrough of that resistance, a breakthrough and a retest, which I didn't even see, so I didn't place an order on that. But that would have been a nice entry into this trend. This now looks as though this uptrend is going to resume, so I'll be looking for an entry tomorrow. There's probably an income generator setup on this now, probably, but I'll be looking for setups to go, trend continuation setups for that to go long. Okay, let's see how CAD has fared. CAD is still looking bullish on the weekly, by the way. It's a consolidation without a doubt, but it's still looking bullish. There's your bullish continuation signal on the weekly. A break above that would be a return into the uptrend, and there we have our nice little sort of double bottom effect bounce there on the daily. So this is actually a trend continuation setup to the upside. It's got to get to this level of resistance, but that is implying it's intending to break up to the upside. Let's have a look at some of the other pairs here quickly. Euro GBP still in a downtrend on the weekly, but on the daily it's gone into an uptrend. So really the key thing is looking for any sell signals here. That's a stay away. Euro yen, of course, has now kicked off back into an uptrend, so any pullbacks here would represent opportunities to go long, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Euro Aussie's gone into an uptrend again. There we go. Very, very subtle, not that nice and clean, but it has produced higher lows, high highs. There's a nice level of support, and it's rejected that. This is my real concern here, whether we're going through a consolidation now or not, but interesting enough to see that trying to get to the upside. So let it go for a bit, wait for a pullback and take it. Euro Kiwi, just too choppy, not tradable at all. And Euro CAD, very bullish. That's it. That trend is through that level, looking really good. So keep an eye out for that. Looking to be trading that on intraday, looking to trade the CAD pairs long. It appears as though we can trade those long now. Potentially the yen crosses, and on the daily you've got to wait for pullbacks on these. Okay, pound yen. There we go. Pullback at this point. again, what was resistance would then become support, so you're looking for something like that. Probably right there. Probably in order to be placed bang on that level. 17100, bang. And place a buy order there. It'll hit the support level. It'll hit near a round number. It'll hit the moving averages. It's a perfect retracement. It'll probably be a 50 foot. Let's have a look. Okay, so actually they've got a 170 and a 171. Okay, so it'll probably bounce off somewhere around there. That looks pretty good though. So that'll be a good retracement there to go long. That's a yen cross. Pound Aussie, because we don't have a lot of trend on the Aussie pairs. Oh, I'm tired. There's a double bottom. We're looking like potentially it wants to go long. But keep an eye on that one. And Kiwi, no clear trend. Pound CAD. Yep, that's a continuation. It's got to get to that level, but I think it's going to. Aussie Kiwi, I actually spoke about a trade call. I've just done this. That's a trade call to the downside, looking fantastic. Aussie Swissy, mixed. That looks like a trade opportunity to the downside. A trend continuation short. Aussie Yen. Let's have a look at Aussie Yen. Aussie Yen, I did a breakout. This is today. This candle can be ignored. It's just messing with us. But it did a breakout call on this, so we'll have to see what happens with that. Weird. Okay. Aussie CAD. Aussie CAD. Oh man, this is messed up. It's still trying to get to this level. So a lot of the Aussie pairs are reluctant to resume that downward trend, but they should be. So I'm a bit cautious about this. Also has broken to a new high. So also seems to be showing us that the weekly trend is now up. So I think the thing is just waiting for a breakthrough and a pullback before I take that long. So just give it a bit of room to run. Kiwi Swissy, too choppy. You can't trade that safely. Kiwi Yen. Yeah, look at that. There's some bullish opportunities to go along. It's got out of this consolidation mess and looks like it's continuing onwards. Kiwi CAD. Still looking bullish. There we go. Pullbacks here. It's not the best chart right now because of all this, but pullbacks here would represent some good opportunities to get into that trend. Swissy Yen. Yes. Looking tradable. Yep. Back into an uptrend. Looking good. So Swissy Yen looking good. CAD Swissy. To go short. Yep. That's still short. CAD Yen being choppy. So caution in this one. I would avoid trading this one. What else have we got? How's gold doing? Okay, gold finding a bit of resistance here at 1350. The dilemma being that because it's in a strong uptrend on the daily, but is it overtaking that longer term uptrend? So we'll have to see how that goes. Have to see how that goes. Right, what's platinum doing? Platinum broken into an uptrend. Yeah, looking bullish. Wow. How's silver doing? Silver's still keeping that longer term downtrend intact and a downtrend on the daily. So that's bearish. Interesting. Let's see how the Rand is doing. Rand is pulled back with a bit of a buy signal. We need to see what happens with that if that trend changes. Buy signal again on the Euro against the ZAR. Pound, Aussie. Let's have a look here. Aussie and Kiwi. Cool. And let's see how that goes. How's the oil doing? And oil looks like it's trying to resume its uptrend to the bigger picture, to the upside. So yeah, hopefully that gives you some chance to go and have a look at. But I do think the CAD pairs are definitely offering intraday opportunities, and end of day where we get the pullbacks. I think the yen pairs are offering opportunities as well. Keep an eye on the pound charts as well, GBP and crosses, and some of the one or two of the Swissy charts and one or two of the Aussie charts. Keep an eye on those for those trading opportunities. And equities are still looking bullish. If I have any big change of heart on those, I'll let you guys know. Hopefully that's constructive for you. And yes, I will almost certainly be running a webinar market scan on Thursday, and I'll probably do a free one next week Thursday. So just to update you on that. So I can't do them for free all the time. Anyway, it's just not that much fun to do them for free all the time. But I do like doing them, so I think I'll do a free one once a month, and I think that'll be next week Thursday. I'll send an email out on that tomorrow, And for once next week, people who have coaching sessions can book one in to attend Thursday's market scan. But now we've got non-farm payroll behind us. That's a good thing, right? Okay. All right, guys. I'll chat to you during the week.